Hello and welcome to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session, we are going to cover AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Domain 3 Deployment Provisioning and Automation. As name suggests, you can see this is actually divided in two parts. First part is deployment provisioning, and then how you automate this deployment and provisioning. So that is main two things here in this. So let's go in detailed one. So these are the two subdomain: provision and maintain cloud resources, and automate manual and repeatable processes. So let's go through the detailed one, like rather than wasting much time on that. So what you need to understand here is like subdomain. Please consider the following things. Like you should be able to create an Amazon machine image. Why? Because when you auto scale or auto provision your system, you should be like knowing what images we should consider. Suppose you are running your machine with this basically one EC2 instance, correct? Now let's say if you want to increase it based on the load, let's say if you want to create 2 3 more images at the runtime, how do you do this basically? So you need some AMI already available. So using this AMI you should be able to launch new EC2 instance, correct? So that is what is required here. So like whenever new instance should be launched, you should be able to create new EC2 instance based on the existing AMI, correct? Because how do system know like what operating system, what software it should already have when new instance is launched? So that is where it needs. So familiarize yourself how to create EC2 image using the image builder, correct? So that is very important. So this is your image builder. Understand the cloud formation. You should know how to manage, create and troubleshoot cloud formation in a live environment. Provision resources across multiple AWS region and multiple AWS accounts. It is assumed when you are giving the certification you are preparing for the large enterprise. A large enterprise can have multiple department across regions, like their department, like one of the largest financial institution, if you talk about, they have like presence in globally in entire all the countries, correct, kind of thing. So how do you make sure this like it your system setup works across all regions basically, correct? And multiple AWS account. So like multiple AWS account, like your employee strength is let's say 100,000 employee in strength, then how do you manage so many AWS accounts? That is what is like they wanted to know you understand that, because the certification is the level is very high, correct? It's not that straightforward to like just pass the exam by giving question and answers or something. Your understanding should be on high level, correct? Then you for this you need to understand AWS Resource Access Manager, AWS Control Tower, which is not mentioned here, but how to use that, correct? AWS Organization Unit, Landing Zones, etc. You should know. Cloud Formation, stack sets, IAM cross account rules, you need to understand. Select deployment and services. Understand blue green deployment, rolling and canary environments, how that works. Identify and remediate deployment issues, handle provisioning issues. What are my service quotas when you try to provision new let's say EC2 instance as here, correct? But it is possible your account is limited by only you are allowed to provision only 3 EC2 instance. Then how would it would basically, so you should know like your system quota, what is your limitation. If you are automatically trying to launch the fourth number of EC2 instance, you will not be able to do, because your service quota does not allow. So you should know how to do this basically, correct? And what are my service quotas, what is my system limits, what I have set up, kind of thing you need to know. Master yourself in VPC subnet sizing. So whenever you launch new account in AWS, correct, always you are under VPC. So you should be able to know under which VPC I am working on, correct? And obviously you cannot directly work on a VPC. You need to create a subnet in it. So like these are multiple subnet in one VPC you can create. It is possible this subnet is a public one and this subnet is a private one. So how do you make sure what global access I do have, what private accesses I have, how it's the sizing, like how many IP addresses are need in one's public subnet and private subnet. So that way you should know like the size of your subnet you should be creating. So that is what depends. So now here you need to learn other things are like IPv4 sided notations and subnet sizing, how you do that. This all things you should be familiarize yourself. Errors, understand the cloud formation and opworks errors, how does that work and how to fix them basically. So that is very important, you know. Now automate and manual and repeatable process, that is the next subdomain. So let's again go to the detailed slide. So keep yourself or any human being out of running environment. That is very important things when you started working for the larger organization. That is very critical point. They want human interactions should be zero in production environment. Automate your deployment process. Entire deployment should be automated and it should be as agile as possible, because as soon as you commit your code it should automate do the regression testing, unit testing, integration testing, everything should be automated. And once this testing is finished, once the approval is given, your code should be in the production basically. So that is what the level you should have. So OpsWorks, CloudFormation, Elastic Beanstalk, and AWS System Manager would help you to do this thing. Automate patch management, how do you do that basically, correct? You are not allowed to have the downtime in this, that is assumed you can't have a downtime for your system. Schedule automated tasks by using AWS services like event breeze, AWS config rules, etc. You can use it. So any service which is generally available from last 6 months can be part of this exam. That's what they are saying. But what I would suggest, don't focus on the new services for your certification exam. The services we listed in our first module, you need to focus and understand these are good enough to clear your certification exam. Even the question is appearing based on new service in your certification exam, don't worry about it. Most likely that question would be a beta question and you will not be scored on that, correct? So that is what the things you have to keep in mind. So that's all about in this module. So if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe it and keep visiting hadoopexam.com, where we are adding new material as and when it is available, correct? And as we are continuously preparing the material. So what I suggest, like you go to hadoopexam.com home page, go to under Amazon AWS, and once you click on Amazon AWS, this page would be launched. In this you could see all the certification related images are here. You can click on one of this, like this SysOps one. Once you click off the SysOps ones, it would open this page, and on this page you can see like more detailed introduction and everything is provided by this certification exam, and as well as the every practice question paper for this certification is provided. Video introduction, which is recently we have launched. Once you click it, it would open this page, and on this page you can see like these are the way you can launch this video. So this video is yet to be published, it is not yet available. Once we publish, you can see here. So by the time you would watch this video, this should already be published. So that is what we have started preparing it. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and I hope we are able to help you to your AWS SysOps certification preparation. We'll keep adding more and more videos. Thank you. I'm stopping now.